Listen, I know I've been gone for a good little minute, all right? That's my bad, but I'm back. And I'm so happy to be back making content again, just recording things again. I'm going to try to upload at least once a week or once every other week just to become more consistent in the thing. But without further ado, let's go and get into the video, man. Let me start with this. Please don't take everything so seriously. These are just my opinions and my thoughts on Edge of Fate and just the current state of the game right now. I'm not a Bungie hater. I'm not a Bungie shill. I'm not one of these Bungie defenders. I'm not one of these Bungie anarchists. I'm just a guy who likes the game and wants the game to be the best. That's it. I came back to the game 2 months ago. I'm not an elitist, but I still do enjoy in-game content. I'll still do my GMs. I'll still do my flawlesses of the dungeon. I'll even participate in Trials of Osiris and try to go flawless for the week. But as far as rating wise, I don't really do it, but I still love to watch it though. Now my expectations for Edge of Fate weren't that high. I knew it wasn't going to be like Final Shape. I knew it was going to be Witch Queen, but I thought that Bungie would cook and work their magic like they always do. But my personal opinion, it doesn't seem like that. This expansion to me was a whole lot of mid on top of mid on top of more mid. And that's just me being honest. I won't start this video off negative. Let's go in with the positive first. The game. Yeah, that tower screen music goes so hard. I know it's just D1, but I'm telling you, it's exactly what we needed to hear with this new expansion. This is exactly what we needed to hear. Get players like locked in, get players ready to get into it. I'm telling you, whoever decided that, bro, you need a raise. Now, time for a negative. I expected the campaign to be, just nonstop, like locked in and engaging content. But to be honest with you, every mission was a snooze fest. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't wait to get done with every mission. I couldn't wait to just be done with the campaign. You know what I mean? I can't remember a single boss's name. I can't remember like a single encounter that I was like, wow, that was really good, or this stood out to me. It just kind of felt like a blur. That's the best way I could describe the gameplay from the campaign. And if the gameplay for the campaign was this bad, then that means the story for the campaign must be that bad too. I guess it's just The story was so solid to me. Like, of course it wasn't Final Shape or Witch Queen, but honestly the narrative was a lot better than I thought. Just getting to know more about the 9 was very interesting because they've been around since the start of Destiny 2. I'm a Destiny 2 player. Since the start of Destiny 2, I feel like we should have got the 9 way earlier than we did. We got a campaign about Savant Warlock before we got a campaign about 9 gods. Hey, I'm just saying, we also had Trials of the 9 before we had Trials of Osiris and Destiny 2. I'm just saying. Getting to know more about the 9 was so interesting, especially how they selected Lodi and how everything that played out was basically set up by them. And then the biggest plot twist of all, Ikora wasn't always bald. Hey, all I'm saying is I would be mad too if I found out my past life I had a nice head of hair and they took it from me because they wanted me to become something that I didn't want to. I would be livid. I will be crashing out from here to the time I die as a guardian. No cap. Man, shout out the train for real. Let's get to the bed. Let's talk about this campaign. Every mission just played out the same. No mission stood out any differently. The campaign didn't feel like a story. It just felt like a dungeon that went on for way longer than it should have. It felt really cramped, right? Like the space just wasn't there. Even with every mission, it was like, there's like a lot of objectives and all these mysteries just cramped into one spot rather than kind of just spread out through the whole destination. It just didn't feel right. Having to use the destination abilities, that made me want to throw my controller through the window. Like, The amount of times I just wanted to progress and not use the abilities, I couldn't even count on one hand. Couldn't even count on both hands. And then having to find the secrets, man, I I ain't got the mental capacity to be doing all this. I had to turn into Sherlock Holmes. But I only got the brain capacity of Patrick trying to find out where the lid is and Billy trying to find out how to go through a window. Like I'm doing everything in my power to try to find the secret, and it's just taking way too long. I feel like the destination abilities are just overplayed. Giving it to us every now and then would have been perfectly fine, but having it needed for every encounter, for every mission, just stopped the momentum and killed it right before it even got started. I saw a bunch of secrets around, and I knew I couldn't do them. It's like having a parent put all your favorite toys in front of you, but only being like, oh, no, you can only play with one, Johnny. You can only play with one toy. It just didn't feel right. And I just had to be okay with just leaving the secrets behind. I feel like a better experience would have just been like having us be able to see those secrets only when we come through on the replay would have been so much better than to just have it there in the first place and then have the player not be satisfied or give that player instant gratification from completing that mission. Because you just basically have to be okay with just missing out on something and just hope that you remember it later. But if you didn't like the experience of the mission or didn't like the experience of the campaign, why come back to it? Why would you play the campaign again? So let's talk about these ads. Now, I don't know what they took. I don't know who's supplying them with whatever. But man, these ads is beefy. Or my gun just doesn't do nothing. They got to be the descendants of 50 Cent. Man, I done put everything into them and they not going. If it's not special or heavy, GG's, bro. GG's. My main issues really lie on just the combat. It just doesn't feel as fresh as other expansions did. Like, even though Lightfall wasn't a great campaign at all, right? You still enjoyed the combat. You still enjoyed going through each mission and just fighting the ads. While this campaign, I just felt like I was slugging it through and just could not wait until it was over. Like, even when I beat the final boss, I didn't get that sense of gratification. Like, I just overcame something. I got the sense of gratification. Like, yes, I can finally stop playing this campaign. But there are a number of good things that I haven't mentioned yet, which is the way the guns feel, the range that we got, even though we've been asking for that for a minute, the new power system, the new armor that we got. And I know I might be the minority, but I like having to regrind things, and I can finally delete some of the stuff in my vault, so I'm not like constantly having to be at 700 out of 700. Also, the raid. Now, like I mentioned before, I'm not a raider, but having it be a choose your fate kind of raid, not gonna lie, Bungie, I'll give you your flowers for that. And then having the raid basically be a bunch of DPS checks, hey, I'm not mad at that at all. I'm not mad at that at all. Hey, and for you 70% that cheated, hey, I hope you don't find that one shoe that you've been looking for. I hope all the batteries in your remotes are dead. I hope you get IP banned. I hope the seasoning in your ramen packets just aren't there. I hope you can't find the cap to your toothpaste. As my closing thoughts on this, honestly, I hope for better in the future. I don't think it was a bad expansion. I just think the expansion just didn't live up to even our bare minimum expectations, I should say. I feel like they excelled at a lot of parts, but then dropped the ball a lot at others. And the way I look at it is Bungie has always exceeded in gameplay aspects of the game. And for it to be lacking so much here, in my opinion, makes me worry about the next expansion that we're getting. As for the raid, I don't think anything should really change. Maybe just more DPS metas rather than just Thunderlord. I feel like we practiced all last season, practiced all last expansion, practicing out these loadout swaps and doing all these different maneuvers, and for it to just be hold left click, it's like, come on. I'll leave that up to y'all. I'm not the elitist. I'm just a guy who enjoys Destiny, to be honest with you. So if you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. Consider leaving a like. Consider subscribing. Because like I said, I'm going to be dropping more content soon. All right, smooth.